Hi guys, Martin from Big Jimny here with another Big Jimny video. This time we're going to look at spring silencers. Ever since we've had Big Jimny, it's had a squeak on this side. This isn't just to do with any particular lift kit, it's throughout its life since we've had it when, like 2007. Okay, there's been a little squeak on this particular corner that sounds like a bird or a mouse trapped in the system. Just sort of squeaks as you go along. And it's particularly noisy on level roads, not when you're off-roading or bouncing in and out of potholes, but just when you're on a nice smooth road, there's a chattering chirp coming from this corner. I just thought it was natural and that it was just something we had to put up with until I worked on our Gen 4 Jimny and put a lift kit on. And we found very quickly that when we took that apart, the springs on the front of a Gen 4 have got rubber spring silencing sleeves wrapped around the coils. And I looked at it and thought, hang on, that's exactly the solution we need for this one. They have clearly recognised it as a problem on the Jimnys and dealt with it on the Gen 4. So on that subject, if you're ever changing the springs on a Gen 4 for something bigger, remember to take the silencing sleeves off the bottoms of the existing springs and put them on the new ones so that it's nice and quiet. In this picture you can see the silencing springs that I've put on, the silencers that are on the Gen 4. They're like a rubber coil that you can just see at the bottom of the spring. Anyway, I'm going to now fit a similar system to this one. If you like my videos, then press like, and if you want to see more of the videos as they come out, press subscribe. The one in the Gen 4 picture is a rubber ring that fits around the bottom of the spring. A number of different types are available on the internet, and I've looked at getting this one, which is a nylon based sleeve. The advantage of the nylon based sleeve is that it's expandable and can therefore fit over different diameter wires, so you don't have to get exactly the right diameter wire. It's also much longer because it's available in meter lengths. You can cut it to the length that you require, whereas the little rubber rings are fixed length, and I'd actually probably need 2 per spring to get them to work on this Jimny. Possibly the only disadvantage of the nylon sleeve is that it may well wear through, but we'll cross that hurdle when we get there. It's worth trying it. It's cheap enough to give it a quick test and see how it goes. So, on with the fitting. So as you can see, what I've done is remove the wheel. I've put the chassis onto an axle stand, and then I've managed to use another jack just to push the axle down so that the spring itself is loose. Okay, and then you feed the sleeve onto the end of the spring. Now, as the spring still has contact points with this mounting point here, it is not going to slide all the way on smoothly. So what you have to do is feed it on until it stops, then bunch it up and rotate the spring around so that you're gradually feeding more and more of the nylon on. And you can also see that I have actually lubricated the spring and cleaned it up, so it's got PTFE lubricant sprayed on it. And I can keep feeding the nylon cover on, and I can keep rotating the spring to help feed the protector onto the spring. And all you do is keep rotating in either direction to gradually pull all of the cover onto the spring. And also what you'll find is that because it's a nylon cover, in fact, it gets easier and easier to rotate as the nylon actually acts as a lubricant on the spring stand itself. By rotating the spring backwards and forwards, you can work the sleeve all the way around. Make sure that you work it well clear of any bump stops and that, because of course there will be some compression once the weight of the vehicle gets back on it, and you don't want to leave any bare metal, well, not bare metal but painted metal against the metal there. So that now is on, and all we do is jack the car back up, put the wheel on, job done. And then I'll report later on as to how it goes on the road. Being nylon, what you need to do is obviously cut it here from the rest of the coil, but you need to do it with a hot knife or some kind of heat source in order to weld the nylon to stop it fraying and coming apart. So you need to use some heat source to cut through and weld the plastic together. So until next time, I hope you liked the video. If you did, press like. If you want to see more, press subscribe, and we'll see you again in the future. Thank you very much.